Vlogmas Day 3. I'm Dana, and you can follow me on Instagram as Starhound19, and you can find me on Ravelry as Starhound. Today I'm joined by my English Angora. Her name is Charlotte, and she's an inside rabbit. I just trimmed her face. That's why she doesn't have a lot of face fluff right now. She has a terrible habit of matting her cheeks, and she likes to be able to see. I've noticed that she does enjoy being trimmed down quite a bit, but I'm going to make her grow out her wool a bit. And so I can shear her. She is not a pluckable rabbit. She has to be sheared. So that's what I have to do with her, but right now I'm just picking the little bits of hay out of her. For being an indoor rabbit, she's still quite messy. But I have her because I love rabbits, personally. And she makes this beautiful, vibrantly white wool that I hope to spin up at some point in time. I'm not very good at spinning Angora wool, I have found out, and so I need lots and lots and lots of practice. I do have about a pound of her wool, and yeah. I gotta figure out how to spin it up, because I'd love to absolutely make something with her wool and be able to wear it. Maybe a hat or like the lining of some mittens. Oh, I can't imagine how warm that would be. She's actually quite warm just here on my lap. She is a red-eye white with, believe it or not, lilac points. You can't really see it all the time, but her ears have lilac points, which is this beautiful, beautiful gray color. And her nose is just the tiniest bit darker than the rest of her. She's a very vibrant white. So let's see if I can get her ears up here. Yep, there you can just see her lilac whites, and people try to tell me she doesn't have them, but she does. It's just not a very prominent lilac point. I got her from a good friend who rescued her from a breeder who didn't quite know exactly how to take care of Angoras. So I'm very happy to have her. She's my buns. My first rabbit was a Dutch, and his name was Clover. If you don't know what a Dutch rabbit is, they're pretty small and dainty, and they have belts of black and white. They kind of look like an Oreo, and they're absolutely adorable, and they are probably my favorite rabbit, and I'm going to chalk that up to the fact that they were my first rabbit. I had two Dutch rabbits, that is, and one right after another, and I named them both Clover because I was just an imaginative child. Today has been pretty productive, actually. I got the boys off to where they needed to go, my son to school, my boyfriend to work. I am a stay-at-home mother for the most part, and I will be graduating from school in about 2 weeks. I am finally getting my bachelor's in English from Finlandia University, and I do have class today. This is pretty early in the day still. I have a yoga class and a literature class. So I'm not going to film those because I don't think my classmates would really appreciate that. And later tonight, this evening, I have a knit night. My living room now, just kind of hanging out, doing some knitting on my forest cardigan. This is the sleeve. This is how much of the sleeve I've been able to do. I'm really excited and impressed by that because I wasn't entirely sure how much knitting I was able to do because, well, life in general, but I injured my finger last Tuesday, and it's pretty grody, but not too grody. Right now it just looks gross. I broke the fingernail in half. Yeah, that was one of those freak accidents that I don't think I could ever repeat again. And hopefully I never will, because it really, really hurt. So yeah. For a while I was out of commission craft-wise, just giving my finger time to heal, but I am excited to announce that my finger feels a lot better. It barely hurts at all. If I whack it on something, it hurts a lot. It's excruciating, but I can touch it and it can do things, and I'm very happy. Because that means I can knit, and yesterday I was able to sew, and tomorrow I will definitely be able to weave. One of the classes I'm taking at Finlandia is an introduction to weaving, and I have a final project that I am getting set up on the loom there, and I might go in sometime today and get it to the point where tomorrow, when class begins, I will be able to start weaving. And that's really exciting because weaving is fun. I do own my own loom. It's a Leclerc Mira. That's what it's called, a Mira. And it's a pretty hardy loom. It's meant mostly for rug weaving, but it also has the ability to weave other things. And I just realized that I'm knitting and should be purling, so I'm gonna tick this back to the beginning of the row, which isn't so bad. That's what happens. But I got this loom not long ago, and I haven't finished setting it up and warping it, but hopefully once I'm done with school, which I will be done with school forever unless I go to graduate school here in a little while, and I will be able to get some weaving done. I'm gonna make rugs for a little while because that's just the warp that I have is a rug warp, so it'll be rag rugs, which are extremely popular up here in the Keweenaw due to the Finnish American heritage up here. I keep mentioning that because it's just a big part of living up here, but I myself am not Finnish at all. I'm a good American mutt. I'm German and Irish and Polish and Mexican, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff in my heritage, and I try to remember all of those and share like some of those traditions with my own son, who is half mutt. But my boyfriend, who is the father of our son, is 100% Finnish American. So having this wonderful culture of Finnish Americans around us is really fantastic, and I've gotten really into it in the last few years since I started going to Finlandia, which used to be called Suomi, and it was actually started by Finnish Americans for Finnish Americans to get an education here in America. It's really cool. There's a lot of really rich history of